Charles Leclerc and Ferrari looked near bulletproof through the first 3 races of 2022, taking 2 victories and a commanding 46-point lead in the Drivers' Championship heading into Imola. With the Tifosi cheering them on, the Scuderia were looking set to take a stranglehold on the championship, but it all unraveled horribly on Sunday for the race. Leclerc's late spin while chasing Sergio Perez saw him lose a comfortable podium position and slide down the order to finish in only 6th. Verstappen's easy victory at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix saw him bag 34 points and cut the championship lead down to 27 after 4 rounds. Verstappen now leapfrogs into 2nd in the championship, and Red Bull now only sits 11 points back of Ferrari in the Constructors. After looking calmly unstoppable to start 2022, has the narrative of the 2022 championship shifted after the events in Imola? Before we find an answer to that question, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to show your support. Ferrari's weekend in Imola was far from a disaster and not a cause for panic for the Tifosi. But the mistakes made by Leclerc, Sainz, and company is a good learning experience early on in the 2022 season. Ferrari will break down their pit wall decisions and assess whether it was worth bringing in Leclerc late in the race to grab the fastest lap point. He was on for a comfortable P3, and there is always a risk of a botched pit stop or malfunction when bringing a driver into the pits, so they will ask the question of whether that pit stop was worth it. But the biggest learning experience will come for Charles Leclerc, who is solely to blame for his P6 finish. Leclerc was pushing far too hard and risked too much at this early stage of the championship in his bid to grab 2nd place. Why I took risks? That's a good question. I'll ask myself that when I am a bit more calm, Leclerc said post-race. I can't allow myself to do such mistakes on a day like that when Red Bull was clearly faster than us. Leclerc and Ferrari will need to learn from this and try not to throw away the hard work they've done over the winter by getting too greedy. Besides the loss of points, the team will be more concerned with the performance leap made by Red Bull. The Emilia Romagna GP was Red Bull's first 1-2 finish in 2,030 days, and the upgrade they introduced in Imola seemed to have cut the gap to Ferrari. Coupled with Sainz's early season struggles and a strong start by Red Bull's number 2 Sergio Perez, Ferrari's early points gap could disappear quickly if they are not careful. Ferrari will be slightly concerned by the strength of both Red Bull drivers, as Sergio Perez has made a clear step forward in 2022. The Scuderia will need Carlos Sainz to be bringing in consistent performances to help his teammate and split the quick Red Bulls. Leclerc's shaky weekend in Imola has opened the door just slightly for Red Bull, but with the reigning world champion in his rearview mirror, a little gap is all he needs to blow this title race wide open. A poor start, questionable strategy call, and a spin from the championship leader. No doubt it was an uncertain performance from Ferrari all around this weekend. Was it the expectation that got to him from the home crowd now that they are title favorites? Or was it just tricky conditions and a little mistake that plenty have made in the past? There is no cause for major concern on Leclerc and Ferrari's part, as despite the mistakes, they still lead both championships by a decent margin. Leclerc's spin wasn't as costly as it could have been, as he only lost a net 7 points to Verstappen. It was a simple mistake, albeit a big one, that even Verstappen acknowledged as one that many drivers could make. Quote, "The mistake is easily done because he was pushing hard to try and fight Checo, but it is painful for him," Verstappen said. "I think he knows that himself. He doesn't need to hear it from anyone in here." But the narrative of the 2022 championship has definitely shifted nonetheless. Ferrari no longer look unstoppable, and if Red Bull can solve their reliability issues, they are well within a chance to even steal both championships if everything goes right. Whether this narrative holds for the rest of this year, or just another few races, it's rejuvenated the title fight after it looked like Leclerc would run away with it after the Australian Grand Prix. The race victories in 2022 now stand at 2 apiece for Leclerc and Verstappen, with the gap at 27 points. The results in Imola might tempt Ferrari to bring forth their Barcelona upgrade package, but they are planning some smaller updates for the next race in Miami. But how costly will Leclerc's spin in Imola be for the championship as a whole? It's such a long season with 19 races to go that we'll have to wait and see whether Imola was a blip on the radar or a massive lost opportunity for Leclerc and Ferrari. So what did you think of Ferrari and Leclerc's performance at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, and does this change your perspective on the 2022 championship fight? Comment your race thoughts down below, and if you enjoyed watching this video, subscribe to our channel, and be sure to stay tuned to the Backmarkers F1 show later this week, as we'll be releasing our Imola Grand Prix recap podcast midweek.